Hi everybody, welcome to the garage, and it is nighttime out, and this is a great opportunity for me to make a video for you that lets me check out how the new microphone is that I've just come across from Ulanzi. See how that works. Also to show you these new LED bulbs that my friends at AUXITO sent me for the rear taillights of my 2011 Jeep Wrangler JKU. And I thought, why not make a pretty simple video on just how to replace the bulbs in the taillights of these Jeep Wranglers, because at least for the 2007 to 2018 models, it is really simple, and these AUXITO bulbs should be a lot brighter than what's in there right now. So let's go take a look. Now before we get started, I want to show you what the current bulbs look like that are installed. First I'll show you just the brake lights, and then I'll show you the reverse lights. And now I'll bring up a light meter and show you the screen recording of first the brake lights, and then the reverse lights. Jeep made it really easy to replace these bulbs. All you need to do is remove the two screws on the inboard side of the housing for the tail lamp. Just need a Phillips head screwdriver. Remove those screws and then gently wiggle and pull the taillight assembly away from the body of the Jeep. If you need to remove the entire tail lamp assembly, there's just one big electrical connector here you need to disconnect, and then you can replace the tail lamp or install a LED or whatever else kind of tail lamp you want to do. There's a lot of aftermarkets out there. To replace the bulbs, the first thing you need to do is just take the connector and twist it 90 degrees, even less, 45 degrees. It just comes loose, and then you can pull it out of the tail lamp assembly, and that is what it looks like with the old original halogen bulb. To remove the bulb, either because the filament is broken or you just don't like it and you want to replace it with a new LED that's much brighter, all you need to do is hold on to the connector with one hand, the bulb with the other hand, and give it a steady pull. You'll need to put a little bit of muscle into it. It's a pretty tight connection. So like I said, these are AUXITO LED bulbs, the link in the video description. These are type 3157 or 3057, and these are white in color. And you install them the same way that you remove the old one, just pushing it in, make sure it's firmly seated. And for these LEDs, it doesn't matter, there's not a polarity side that you need to worry about. Just go ahead and plug them in, just like the old one was installed. And then simply line the connector back up with the tail light. Give it that 45-degree turn to make it tight, and you are all done. Before I go install this in for the tail light or the brake light, just want to show you what the LEDs look like. So this one's a red colored one, but you see all the LEDs around the barrel. There's some in the center as well. You've got a lens on the end. So when these light up, it's going to be really bright, and like I said, these will be red. So we should see quite a bit of a difference from the before and after. But installing this is exactly the same, just on the other end of the tail lamp. You just rotate it out 45 degrees, pull the old bulb out, put the new bulb in. Now, if all you're doing is replacing the halogen bulbs, you can go ahead and reinstall the tail light and you're done. But if you're using LED bulbs, then when you go test the turn signals with the vehicle off, everything will seem to work just fine. But after you start the vehicle, you might run into this issue. So you see the turn signal lamp out, went into alarm, and you've got hyper flash going on with the left turn signal. If I turn the other one on, it's going to do the same thing. And that is called hyper flash, and we need to take care of that. So the reason for that hyper flash is because the LEDs are not drawing enough power load from the harness, and so the Jeep is sensing that, and it's thinking that the tail light, the brake light, is out, and it's a good warning to let you know that you need to replace the brake light on whichever side is having the problem. Putting LEDs in the front won't cause the problem. Putting LEDs in the back will. And the way you resolve that is installing a load resistor on that brake light turn signal bulb path, and that will add extra resistance, extra load, and then it'll put back at the level the Jeep expects for these bulbs. And so the alarm will work. If the bulb does go out, you should get that alarm again, because you won't be getting any power draw down that line. But load resistor is what you need if you want to stop the hyper flash and stop those annoying alert messages. Load resistor is really a simple device. It's really just a resistor you're putting in line between the power line that goes to that bulb, and you can get them in the link in the video description. They're really not expensive, and for the Jeep Wrangler, you're going to connect it on the yellow white wire and then the black ground wire. And you can do this here inside the taillight, or you can follow it back up on the harness. It's actually, at least on the driver's side, turns into the green-white wire, and that's what you would tap into, the green-white wire and the ground wire. And so you just connect one end of the load resistor to one of those wires, the other end to the ground, and then you are all set. Now the load resistor will put out some heat, especially when the bulb is turned on, of course, so it is good to connect that to metal inside the Jeep. And I am not interested in tapping or drilling into the body of the Jeep, so I'm going to try a binder clip to hold it. You don't want to use plastic because that could just melt, but I'm going to use a binder clip to hold it on each side, and we'll see how that works. Could be kind of janky. If anybody looks at this video about 6 months or later after I post it up, hit me up with a comment and cause me to go look and see if it's actually still attached. All right, the Jeep is running. Let's turn on the left turn signal on the driver's side. After about 5 seconds, that alarm was coming on. Let's see what happens. No alarms, no hyper flash. It's working exactly as expected. That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna go install it on the passenger side, and then we'll get this everything put back together. Passenger side's all done. One thing to note is that the yellow-white wire is on both sides of the connector. So it's yellow-white coming out of the turn signal, the brake light, up into the harness to the Jeep as well. So you tap the yellow-white wire on the passenger side, as well as then the ground wire, and that is what it looks like with the cute little binder clip. Let's go see if it all works. All right, let's check out the passenger side. Jeep's running, right turn signal. 5 seconds have passed, no alarms, hyper flash not happening, so it's working on both sides. You can also test both at the same time by just pushing down on the brakes for about 5 seconds, and I'm doing that right now, and again, no messages. So the hyper flash is gone, everything in the back is working, so now we can just go put it all back together and test out those brand new LEDs. Reinstalling the taillight is exactly the same as removing it. Just gently put the taillight back up into the body, and then put those 2 screws in, get them tight, and you are done. I have replaced all of the bulbs now, so let's go ahead and light them up. First, we'll take a look at the LED brake lights, and then the LED reverse lights. And now let's go ahead and look at them with the light meter. First, the brake lights, and then the reverse light. And that is it. I'm really impressed with these new bulbs. These LEDs are great. You saw the intensity just about doubled, or a little more than doubled from the standard halogen bulbs. It's a lot brighter with these LED bulbs. They are really easy to replace. Hopefully the video is helpful from that perspective on how to replace your bulbs if they ever die on you. And if you like these bulbs, check out the link in the video description. You can get them directly from that link, and or anything else on their website. I've got a promo code or a discount code to help you out with any price issues you might have. And then also, if you have any comments or questions in general, or comments on this audio, it's the first time I'm using these new microphones, so I'll leave a link in the video description for them as well if you like them. They're not expensive, and hooks right into your iPhone, and might be a great thing for you if you're making content like me and don't have a gajillion dollars to invest in a whole bunch of video support equipment. But regardless, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Lots of good content out there. Some of the easy preventative maintenance and some of the more challenging things as well. Until that next video, y'all take care and have a good one.